Joey Logano is slowed on the back straightaway. He'll make it around to pit road, but Logano is off pace. He was running just outside the top 10. Engine sounds off as he comes by.
It might be out of fuel.
Yeah, it did not sound good when it came down the front stretch.
But if he, we did hear the engine run, but it sounded flat.
And he goes to the apron with 4 laps to go. Logano was 10th, and he's saying he's out of gas.
Kind of thought that's what it sounded like. It had that flutter in it.
And he ran out of gas with about 5 laps to go. You figure the fuel mileage these drivers get, that's a little over a gallon of fuel that he was short.
And who's his teammate?
Brad Keselowski.
Running in 3rd. Jimmy Johnson's been able to hold him off, and Schrader brings out the caution.
And it looks like,
over there. Track is cleared.
looks like a right front. We just didn't make that 70 laps that we were talking about.
This changes everything. Now, what are you going to do there, Mr. Crew Chief?
I've already packed my pit stuff
Look at
up.
Jimmy Fanning. I mean, his hair got a little bit grayer just then.
Carl Edwards had victory in sight. Just 3 laps to go. Now we're under caution. We're going to go to at least 1 green-white checker, maybe 2, maybe 3. How many cars in the lead lap? 22, plus a free pass car. Do you dare stop?
If you're in the top 10 or 12, you don't even think about coming to pit road. Not even
like
thinking about
any
it.
overtime game. Do you run out of gas in overtime?
And you see they're cutting their engines off. Of course, when the engine's not running, there's no fuel being used. So they're just coasting here, trying to maintain caution car speed, but coasting to save fuels.
Veteran Ken Schrader, way off in the distance.
Yeah, you see the car take off up the track. We've seen it several times.
Slow up top, slow up top, slow up top, slow up top, clear. Yellow's out, save fuel, yellow's out.
I mean, you hear these guys all the time say, yeah, we're good if we don't have any green-white checkers, but once you get into overtime, whoa, who knows?
The pits are open. The leaders stay out. Lap down cars coming in. Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, who just got lapped. Matt?
Mike, you yelled caution on the racetrack, and then Steve Letarte started yelling, shut it off, coast, try to save as much as you can. And Chad Knaus asked Jimmy Johnson, how much were you saving at different parts of that run? Both are going to stay out. Both think it's going to be close. Krista?
Brad Keselowski asked his crew chief, Paul Wolfe, Paul, are we good on fuel? Paul's answer, copy, we were 3 to the good.
All right, lead lap cars that came to pit road include pole sitter Mark Martin, Paul Menard, Greg Biffle, Casey Kane, Ricky Stenhouse, Marcus Ambrose, Jamie McMurray.
We talked about him shutting the engine off. If you see that the RPM was at 0 when it was not running, and then now he's fired it back up, he'll get it coast up behind the pace car. We'll probably see him reach up there and shut it off again. There he goes. And watch the RPM now. The engine is not running.
What Edwards wants to see now is the 1 to go sign. NASCAR still has safety trucks out on the speedway. See if they can get those cleared and give the field a 1 to go.
And this is a skill of a race car driver. This is having his crew chief, his spotter, him, everybody managing everything they got right down to the end of this race.
At least 2 more laps of caution before we go green.
But Darrell, this is where Brad Keselowski and Paul Wolfe and that 2 team, they've been so good when it comes down to something like this.
Y'all, I'm about to have a fit down here. This is everything you want in a NASCAR race. We've had side-by-side racing. We've had crashes. And now these crew chiefs, like you said, brother, they've planned this thing out to the nth degree, and we're going to have overtime on top of that. Holy cow, what a day.
I agree, what a day. We knew it would be.
1.5 laps to green as the 33 Landon Castle slows in the back straightaway.
And again, things to remember, hot tires. Spinning the tires like we saw Dale Jr. on a restart. It could cost the 99 Carl Edwards the race. It could cost Jimmy Johnson the race. Guys running out of gas in front of you. All kind of scenarios.
Now, if Castle can't get back to pit road, they would have to wave off the 1 to go that they want to give them this time. Signal is for 1 to go. And it'll be our first attempt at green-white checker.
And there's not a push truck anywhere in sight to push that car in. So he's stuck on the back straightaway.
Not what these drivers wanted to see. They want to get back racing.
First attempt at the green-white checker finish.
Well, I don't see how we're going to be able to go green with that 33 car sitting on the back. Here comes the tow truck out now.
Steve?
Hey, I'm listening to Jimmy Fennig right now. He said, "You're good to go, just go. We can make it to 3:18.
That is 6 laps from now.
Well, based on what I've seen in the restarts and last few laps of these races, they're going to have to make it that far.
It's going to be borderline. They just now got to the 33 car of Landon Castle.
But Larry, they can get him into an opening and off the track before the field comes around on the next lap. They want to go green this time.
Yes, they do. And they are trying hard to get him off the racetrack. I think they're going to do it.
Everybody, I can tell you who else. All the drivers are trying hard. They say, just slow us down, let him get out of the way.
To settle it, Edwards, Ford, Johnson, Chevrolet, Keselowski, Hamlin, Earnhardt, the front 5.
We're good to go, boys.
Boyer, Kenseth, Stewart, Jeff Burton, and Jeff Gordon.
This is all about don'ts. Don't spin the tires, don't run out of gas, and don't screw up.
Kenseth gets a jump. Keselowski shoving him the length of the front straightaway.
He actually did shove him.
If the leader makes it back around and takes the white flag, the next flag after that ends the race.
Boy, Jimmy Johnson and he were just so close off that second turn. Keselowski should have the advantage.
But this is where Brad Keselowski's been so strong, getting down in the corner and getting it turned.
He's going to come up in front of Johnson. He's going to give him a room. No, he doesn't have the room. He can't make it. White flag.
Last lap.
Carl Edwards, if he doesn't run out of fuel, look at Keselowski. He and Jimmy Johnson are hanging into each other.
Here comes Denny Hamlin. He'll go on the apron.
He's on the apron. This could get big when they get to 3.
Hamlin could be, is second going into turn 3.
Can he hold it down? No, yes, he can. He got it.
Winless streak over. Off turn 4. Carl Edwards wins the Subway Freshman 500. Johnson and Hamlin in a fender-banging finish for second. It's Johnson for second place.
By an inch.
Nice driving. Sorry about that pit stop. Great job, guys.
What an incredible, I mean, Carl had it made. He was sitting up there leading the race, but back behind him, all heck was breaking loose.
Well, you kidded with Carl Edwards in pre-race and called him 5-time for his 5 crashes
Unbelievable. Thank
at
you.
Daytona.
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
He is big time today.
Yes, sir. Look at this. I mean, how excited can that be? They made a bunch of adjustments with this team. Put Jimmy Fennig over there with Carl. These guys are pumped up, and particularly after coming off of Daytona.
I was going to say, how could it be any better? Wrecking 5 race cars during Daytona testing and speed weeks.
Edwards the winner and the unbelievable fender slamming finish for second. Well, we're about to see Carl Edwards' signature move, and we haven't seen it in 2 years.
We haven't seen old Flipper in quite a while.
No, sir.
And I wonder if he'll go up and celebrate with the fans like he's been known to do.
He might.
They're opening the gate.
He's pretty happy right now. Oh, look out now, buddy. Be careful here now. Clear.
Carl Edwards has captured the flag and goes up to celebrate with some fans.
Yeah, and he's captured the heart of those fans, too, by going up there. What a great tribute.
They put a ladder there for him to get up. He just jumped up the wall.
The boy's in pretty good shape. I don't know if you've ever noticed or not.
A great win for Carl Edwards and Jimmy Fennig. And as they go to victory lane, you won't believe our 5-hour big move of the race. And it's the 11 of Denny Hamlin on the last lap.
The 2 and the 48 were banging on each other up in the middle of the corner, and that opened the door for the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And watch him take that shortcut, slide right up in front of the 2 car, and then this gets really good right here. Watch this.
It's about 1/100th of a second.
That was about a 6-inch subway right there.
Darrell, do you still have the question, will they use the apron on the backstretch?
At the end, when they didn't need it anymore.
Here's Steve with the runner-up.
Jimmie Johnson just out of the race car. And by the way, he just watched the replay, so I'm curious your take. First at Daytona, second here at Phoenix. Talk about the end of the race.
Just very proud of this whole Hendrick team, everybody on this Lowe's car. Chad Knaus and his leadership. It was a tough year for everybody over the offseason, and our shop worked real hard to get us ready. And to open like this, great qualifying efforts, great speed in the race, great pit stops across the board. I'm very proud of this Lowe's team.
All right, thanks, Jimmy.
You got it. Thank you.
The backflip is back by 1.02 seconds. Carl Edwards is a winner in Phoenix.
Time for the Sprint post-race show. We're live just outside Phoenix, Arizona, where Carl Edwards has won the Subway Fresh Fit 500. 20th career Sprint Cup win for Carl Edwards, ending for the second time here in Phoenix. A 70-race winless streak, and Matt Yoakum is there for the celebration.
Nearly 2 years after the last backflip, I can't believe what you had to go through. Fuel mileage, a green-white checkered finish, and then gas man Sean Ward packing that full. Can you describe those final segment of the race?
I don't even know. I don't know where to start. I have a lot of people to thank. This is first and foremost Jack Roush and all of these guys, everyone at Roush Fenway. From Bob Osborne to Chip, Jimmy Fennig is the man. The pit crew is unreal. They won this race for us. I have a lot of sponsors that waited a long time for us to get back to victory lane. I got to thank Subway, Fastenal, Ford, Kellogg's, Aflac, Geek Squad, UPS, Sprint. I just got a new phone. I actually broke it today. I thought that would be bad luck, but I hopefully we'll get a new one. And just all the fans. This is huge. It's a Subway race, and we won it, and we're back.
What's it mean after almost a 2-year drought? Next week in Vegas would have been the 2-year anniversary, Carl.
Oh, I know. I talked to a couple people about that this week, and I told Randy after we did media a little while ago for Subway, I said, I'm about to start getting mad. You know, I try to stay positive, but we really, really like winning, and I can't say enough about everybody believing in me. I'm telling you, we're back. This is going to be good. Whatever it is you're doing out there, don't lose hope. You just keep digging, and things can work out. I'm proof. This is just awesome. One of the coolest wins of my life.
The first Ford Gen 6 in victory lane. Krista?